Hi, everybody. Welcome to Homebodies. And today we are with the one and only Karla Huffman. What up, girl?
Hi, Amanda.
How are you?
Girl, out here in these streets, trying not to flip tables and smile.
Oh my God.
It's bigger than me. Community, bitches. Community.
There you go. There you go. Most importantly. So I've known you for a few years.
Yeah.
You are a health and wellness champion. Can you tell us, everybody, what it is that you do exactly, your background and your craft?
Yeah. Interesting enough, my background is science. I went to school to be a microbiologist and then transitioned into public health and then transitioned into PR and marketing for health communication is what my master's is emphasis on. But then all of that got jumbled up and chained because us millennials don't know how to stay in one position or stay in one job. So when I was living out in California, I got into yoga. And then when I moved back home to Chicago from a stint living in New York City, and this is where it all came from, I took a Black woman's yoga class in Brooklyn. And I just remember she was probably my age now, but I was in my 20s. So I was oh, she's 40 or something, right? Or older. And she was just beautiful. She exuded what I just wanted to be. Mm-hmm. And I moved back home to Chicago, and then I took a yoga teacher training, and then I started teaching. I left my full-time job with a great salary and was I don't want to do that anymore. And taught one class on the South Side of Chicago at the South Side Y. And that's it. It was living that for real broke life. When I think about it now, I'm how did I pay rent?
Girl.
What was I doing? Tricks and stunts. That's what I was doing for change. It was crazy. Well, all that being said, I got into teaching at a big studio in Chicago, a corporate studio in Chicago, that transitioned to becoming a retail manager for that store, for that corporate studio. Mm-hmm. Then they moved me to Dallas to manage a yoga studio. That was fun for a while. I went to the South, and then I took my northern ass back up to Chicago, here, managed here. And then literally the moment that I left this studio was the moment that I made more money, to be quite honest, as an entrepreneur. So I produced a couple web series. One of them is Yogma on OTV, and it definitely follows the journey of me becoming a yoga instructor and also navigating it as a Black woman in Chicago, or just navigating it in any city. And with all that being said, right now I am still producing. I'm actually in a writing class right now to finish up a pilot. And I am working full-time as the key city lead of community lead for Lululemon. Before that, I was just an ambassador for Lululemon. And then when I left, when I left my job as a 9-to-5er, took a chance, I was broke. And then when I started working within the yoga community and having my own pop-ups and also working for this corporation, I was still kind of broke. But then when I left everything and just took a chance on myself is then when I started making more money. So when I think of health and wellness and community, it's kind of what ways can we make sure that it all stays open and clear perspectives. And I want to say understanding, right now I am going into the Bronzeville community in a way that's a lot different from me just being a teacher. First, as a yoga teacher, I've been in the Bronzeville community and I've taught on the South Side. That's where I actually started my yoga career. But I was just a teacher, right? As a leader in health and fitness. But now I'm coming from the sidelines and actually in the background and bringing a whole gym and yoga facility to a location that is predominantly African American and also predominantly white. Brownsville is not just all Black, to be quite honest. It's 30-30-30. It's 30 Asian, 30 African American, 30 Caucasian, Mm-hmm. So, but having these different classes there and saying I think this should be what we should be doing. But being mindful that also this community has been doing other things too.
Yeah.
So in the last couple of weeks, I have been in ground zero, talking to everyone in the community, saying like, hey, do you want to do hula hoop every weekend? You know, do you want Pilates? Do you want yoga? Because Pilates and yoga and even like the sense of a personal trainer is something where you're like, you think you need to have a lot of money for, and you don't. It's more of like the budget and what's actually important to you, and what you see is what's important to you, what you feel is important to you. Then it's like you put little other steps in front of that. So I always put it in my planner that I'm gonna run or do this. You know, I make sure I put my fucking gym shoes next to the front door. I like pull out my like yoga clothes and like lay them out next to my bed. Like, I have to do like those little things. Because if I don't, then I won't do any of them, and I'll be in these streets.
It's so fun.
But they're so fun. The streets are so fun.
Right. Time for that game.
Let's play a game.
We're gonna play Would You Rather.
Okay.
Ooh. I don't know. I think this could be interesting. Would you rather lose your keys or your cell phone?
Shit. Okay. I would rather lose my cell phone, because I would just replace that. And then I'll be a forced break and also a great excuse. Sorry, missed it. My bad.
I lost my phone.
Yeah, but my keys, I'm just out here in these streets homeless.
Yeah. You got to get like all copies like made again. And then you got to find someone that has copies.
Yeah. It's like $200 to replace the Audi key.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. Would you rather have nosy neighbors or noisy neighbors?
I'd rather have nosy neighbors.
Really?
Yes. You know why? Because then you get to like fucking do make-believe shit so they can make up stories.
That's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they see you and you like, oh, I know you watching me, so you like do stupid shit, like smoke big ass blunts in front of them, and you pie heads, or like, you know, if they're nosy, shit, have sex in front of them. Like, stop looking.
My
just
friends
like mess with them. As much as they fucking with you, you fuck with them back.
Yeah, my friends have a noisy neighbor, and he like drops things all the time and back.
I want that.
2-3 times a day, and it's I think he's one of those like OCD folks. Rather, let's see one more.
Okay.
Some kind of good one, something ridiculous.
You chose violence when you woke up this morning. You chose, I'm coming to this world today I'm doing all types of bullshit.
Would you rather have the details of your financial life or your love life be made public?
Neither, but
y'all can learn about my money, okay?
Right, like, you know what? I would rather have the details of my personal life made public than my financials. You know, like someone financially, they'd be trying to get at you and think you. Yeah, I would rather have my personal, because then you could just be like, that's not true.
And you're in like film and production, so you can make like a great movie about it or something.
Exactly. Like I'll be like, sure, let's make this public, all you want.
Right. Yeah, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much. I know you're busy, so I really appreciate you. Thank you, Karla.
Thank you, Amanda. Always appreciate spending time with you.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.